Goodness me, you are extremely lucky to have the volume of, how can I have a shower and like scrub my face with coffee and salt scrub and still have makeup on? Anyway, never mind. Not here to judge myself or anyone else. Just wanted to, something came up about trust. I was having a conversation with a pal of mine and then actually somebody else today. Hi, Kat. And do you know, like when you have lots of shitty relationships and it's all, I'm never going to trust anyone again. And you're like, yeah. And then you're going to think, well, I can't trust people to do that. I can't trust people to do that. And you think, hang on a second. Because who is it exactly that you are not trusting? Because how can you not trust somebody you haven't met yet, firstly? And secondly, who is it that you're not really trusting? Because if you keep attracting the wrong person, is that not you that isn't to be trusted with yourself? Do you hear me? So it's not like I can't trust anyone not to hurt me. Or can you just not trust yourself not to attract or pick the right person? And that's where I would focus. Because if I'm always saying, I've been hurt so much, I can't afford to trust anyone again, I am putting my power over to somebody else. Would you not? Do you see what, oh God, my squinty glasses. Do you see what I mean? So I either say, do you know what, I am not ready to be in a relationship. You either say that, or I am going to work on myself so that I have the confidence to know I'll pick the right person. So it was just a bit of a shift, really. And then, so if you don't feel that you could get into a relationship or into a friendship or into anything because you're worried that they were going to let you down, that you won't be able to trust them, and that they'll just fuck it up and cheat on you or whatever they've done, or try to hurt you, then I would invite you to think, what is it about you that doesn't trust you not to attract that? Do you hear what I'm saying? Because then all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but wham bam, reframing it. This is not about whoever the next person is, because my goodness, they're not even there yet. Well, they might be in your, in your attractive bubble, but they're not in your life right now doing anything. And already you're blaming them for hurting you. So all you're going to attract is somebody to blame to hurt you. See? So how about, do I trust myself? Am I worthy of, start tapping if it's getting a bit mosh, am I worthy of attracting the person who I deserve? Do I deserve to be treated nicely? Do I deserve to have the most amazing person in my life? Is that even in my remit? And if it's not, if you don't deserve them, if you really feel like you are not in a position to have the confidence in yourself, to have the trust in yourself, and to feel worthy and enough, I would put it out there that that's where you need to start. Because the minute I turned trust around and said, actually, do I have the confidence in myself to pick the right people to be in my life? Should anything happen, should somebody do something, then that's something I've brought into my life. If then I have chosen somebody who isn't a good match or isn't a good fit or isn't a good friend or whatever it might be, then that is my choice and my responsibility to turn that around, to either take them away from my life, think, oh, do you know what, I need to work on whatever attracted that in, or I need to put some boundaries in place or whatever it might be. Because the minute we have control over our own lives is when we have the power over it. And when we keep blaming other people and we keep waiting for other people to let us down and other people to hurt us, we give our power away. And power of yourself and control of your own life is kind of everything, isn't it? We give it away all the time. We say, oh, they made me do it. They hurt my feelings. They made me sad. They made me unhappy. They made me broke. They made me this. They made me that. Where on earth are you in that? Where on earth you think, what can I do about my situation? And that's where your power is. Once it is somebody else's fault, once it is somebody else who has done it to you, you lose your power. And I will put a little side note in, this is not about blaming yourself, because the problem is when you have been hurt through no fault of your own, as in you didn't deserve someone to be mean to you. The minute you what can happen is you start going, oh, I did it to myself. What a dick. What a horrible person I am. What an idiot. And you start then slagging yourself off. Oh, how awful. How disgraceful. What have I done? You know, then there's the shame and the judgment and all that as well. So when you do start realizing that it's all in your control, take that without judgment. Because I will say I attracted into my life and into my daughter's life somebody who hurt all of us. And I attracted that in, but that's a journey I've taken, and that's happened. But it's not that oh, it's my fault. Wow, what an idiot I am. I think, wow, that's the journey that I'm having. I'm not going to blame myself for that. I'm going to say, do you know, I have now got the power to change whatever I want. And wow, what an experience. Not only that, I have then taught my children how to deal with that situation. So like, I'm not going to feel ashamed. I'm not going to feel guilt, and I'm not going to judge what I've done. I'm going to say that experience happened. I've learned from it. Wow, how amazing am I? And I'm going to make different choices, and I'm going to work on myself to a point. So I know anybody I bring into my life, I trust myself, and I have the confidence in myself enough to make good choices. Does that make sense? And it was just, I keep hearing, oh, I can never trust anyone not to do that. I can't trust anyone. And it's not about the next person who you haven't met yet. It's about you. So learn to have the faith and the confidence in you. And if you need to learn how to do that, and if you need to get rid of some limits and some shit in order to believe that, then do that. Like, seriously, do that. And there's loads of ways to do that. This isn't me trying to flog anything. This is me saying that I just see it so much. And I see it so much now when people are feeling alone, and they're feeling scared, and they're feeling abandoned, and it's scary, and they want so much not to be alone, and yet they're so terrified of being with the wrong person, because that's worse. Am I right? Being with somebody but who is wrong is way worse than being alone. It is the most lonely thing you can do. So ask yourself, can you be trusted? Can you have the confidence to pick that right person? If not, do the work. Do the work till you can. Okay? Give me a shout if you need a hand with that. But it's all about you and nothing about anyone else. And the minute you can flick it all to be your power, your control, you are released from being the victim of anybody else. Because the minute something you don't like happens, you have the power to change it. And it can be quite a hard thing to understand. And I found it really, in fact, I think I went, dude, to the person who told me, that said, well, what have you done to attract that into your life? You think, what? I didn't do anything. Fucking hell, I was really nice. I didn't do anything wrong. It's not about that. And that was possibly the bad wording, but it's about where you are, how you feel about yourself, where your limits are, all that that I bang on about like eternally. So, again, excuse the random, I can't actually wash my face in the shower look. And yeah, work on you. Trust you. Have the confidence in you. And if you don't, reach out. With so much love from me to you. By the way, you have got this. Everything you need is inside. Okay? Everything. But we don't always know how to pull it out. So there are ways to pull it out. But you have it. Inside you, you have all of that power. I promise you. Because I was almost broken. So I promise you, it doesn't stay like that. It doesn't have to be like that, and it isn't forever. I promise. Okay? So take a deep breath and know you've got this. Your power's there. You just have to find it. And there's people who can help. So, so with love, so much love from me to you. Mwah.